Welcome to this channel, everybody. It is that time again. Time for another guide video and instructions on how to get through Act 8.1.4 today. So let's go ahead and get that first initial path out of the way so that we can be over halfway through Act 8.1. Now you can see here I did go ahead and bring in an Iron Man along with Ant-Man and Hulk. Also, those are all three going to be support champions to support Nick Fury and Chillith, who are going to do the entire path. Let's go ahead and get in there, look at what defenders you're going to be facing along the way and the nodes that you're going to be dealing with. The path we're choosing here does start off with Hulk. Now we are going to be dealing with the node Fighting Fit. Each time a skill attacker is immune to a debuff or purified debuff, they gain an indefinite Fury passive, increasing their attack by 70% at max of 5 stacks. So you can actually get up to an increase of 350% attack rating on a skill champion that can purify debuffs easily. You also do have martial discipline there, which is going to give you the ability to, every 5 crits that you land with a skill attacker, purify a non-damaging debuff. So between those two things, anytime that you get a debuff applied on you, also by making sure that you bring in a skill attacker that consistently purifies debuffs anyways, such as Nick and Chillith do, you'll be able to make sure that you can take big advantage of both of those two nodes. Now, to play into that a little bit more, we're going to have Accident Prone. Every 5 seconds, you are going to be inflicted with a debuff. In order, it will be Weakness, Disorient, Armor Break, and then Special Lock before repeating the cycle again. Each of these will last for 10 seconds, but obviously between the landing crits at the right time and your own natural ability to purify debuffs, you can go ahead and be consistently purifying quite a bit, building onto that Fighting Fit, and you can build up to quite a bit of damage quickly. Now, also on here is Ebb and Flow Heavy. Now, the defender is going to take 60% less damage off of the start of the fight. You can knock down that shield by knocking them down with a heavy. Once you land that heavy, it will go ahead and knock down the shield, but it will also apply a cruelty buff to you, allowing you to do higher crit damage. Also, you will need to keep in mind that there is a passive heal block that will be indefinite along the path. This means you do want to make sure that if you are running recoils, that you go ahead and shut them off for this particular path. So let's go ahead and look at the path itself. We are going to, as I said, start off with Hulk, followed by Sorcerer Supreme, Immortal Hulk, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Red Hulk, and then following it up with Mangog before moving over to the Boss Island. Now, the Boss Island is going to have the usual choice of 3 when you get over there, and those 3 will be Corvus Glaive, Ebony Maw, and Proxima Midnight. We did go ahead and choose Proxima Midnight. Let's go ahead and take a look at what nodes you're going to deal with on Proxima Midnight there. Now, she does have Energy Adaptation Ice. Now, what this means is every time you land a hit on her or have contact with her in any way, shape, or form, there is a 50% chance that she will be dealing a Cold Snap debuff to you. Now, if you apply an Armor Break to her, that Cold Snap will not trigger. But on the other side of that, you do need to keep in mind that by inflicting a non-damaging debuff, such as Armor Break is, she will become unblockable for 8 seconds. So if you want to bring in a Cold Snap immune champion, you don't necessarily need to deal the Armor Breaks. Or if you're going to deal with not having to take the Cold Snap through dealing Armor Breaks on a regular basis, keep in mind that you will trigger that unblockable, so you will have to watch out for 8 seconds after you apply the Armor Break. Now, as with the path, we did continue on and have Ebb and Flow Knockdown. Again, she does have a 60% damage reduction right off the bat of the fight. That can be removed by knocking her down. at which time you will gain a fury buff, increasing your attack rating for 12 seconds by 40%. Once that expires, the shield will return and you will have to rinse and repeat and knock her down again so you can continue on. Also, there is a clean sweep. Every time you do knock her down, all debuffs upon you will be purified. Lastly, she does have the enhanced special one, so primarily either make sure that you dex the special one so that you don't take any damages from it, or all in all, best yet, go ahead and push her to the special 2. But let's go ahead and get into the path and see how it went for me and any mistakes that I maybe made upon the way, and see if there's anything that maybe you guys can get corrected and make it a little easier for yourself. I'll go ahead and talk to you a little bit more when we get to the boss node. Now you'll see here, obviously, I went away from having the skill attackers because Chilith was low and Fury was down, so figured we'll go ahead and take the class advantage here. But as we've discussed, this would have went a lot easier and a lot better, even just going ahead and reviving back up. But I was trying to save a little bit of resources. We do still go ahead and manage to get through it because Hulk is, well, Hulk. But it is one of those things, guys. Okay, as you can see here, we did come over here to the Proxima fight, and go ahead and take start it out with Hulk here. You can see here we are taking a lot of damage from that cold snap repeatedly, but we are going ahead and removing those easily by doing the repeated knockdowns. My thought process on this was, instead of worrying about working around the node, I would just keep her knocked down and stunned, and then I wouldn't have to deal with the unblockable or the unstoppable or anything else, because if she's stunned, I can still go ahead and pound my way through. Which, as you can see, worked for the most part. But I do advise, honestly, bringing in your best cold snap champion, immune champion, and then just ignoring all that altogether, and you can go ahead and get through it easily enough. We did go ahead and bring in Ant-Man here to try and finish it off, just to avoid using another item in the process, because we did use a couple on the path here, but it was enough to wrap it up with everything going. So that's another path in the books, guys, and that's another step closer to that Valiant title. Obviously, we have made it through Act 8.3.6. Going to be looking at starting 8.4 at some point soon, but that will still leave us short the second rank 3 7-star to meet the full requirements of Valiant. But we got a lot of work to do and a lot of videos to come. So until the next one, guys, I hope everything helped, and I also hope you guys have a great day, a great night, and pull a God tier champion soon. And until the next one, peace out.